Alright, good morning polar bears and YouTube. Crazy D877 here. The temp is minus 8 degrees Celsius. Minus 8 degrees Celsius. Another ride to work. Starting mileage 56,440. 56,404.0. 56,404.0. Right on. I'll get this GoPro in the box and see you guys on the road. I figured maybe I'd tell you a quick story. A little bit of a lesson I learned about sidecar safety. And maybe some of the sidecar history. Alright, the sidecar. I think it was in March last year, towards the end of March, maybe April. I was looking on Kijiji, like Craigslist, the classifieds, and I was looking in motorcycle accessories. I usually don't, but was kind of looking for a full set of leathers for the sport bike for the track. Something used and cheap. Anyway, I come across an ad for a sidecar. I had thought about a hack before, researched it a little bit, but you can never find one cheap. Well, this one was pretty reasonable. So I phoned the guy up. He still had it. I was the first call. He had just put it up that day. I went up and met him after work, took my bike up, had a peek at it, and geez, it looked like it had all the mountain hardware. It was an old Velarax. I kind of eyed it up on my bike. Looked like it had fit, so I made him an offer. He wasn't budging on his price because he knew he was cheap, but he did offer. Oh, I can turn my headlight on. That was the horn. Fuck, I have no headlight on. You can tell it's early in the morning. Back to the sidecar. So I bought it. I ended up loading it up. Brought it home, and that afternoon tossed it on the bike. My son was happy as a clam. He was 3 at that time, and definitely not big enough to ride on the back of my bike, and you can't take him on the front, so brought home the sidecar. He asked if it was for him. I said, well, you can ride in it if you want. From then on, it was his sidecar. The first ride he went in it, he screamed all the way through town, woohoo, look at me, I'm in a sidecar. He had quite a blast. One of the better accessories I bought for the motorcycle. So to the dangerous part of the story. We took the sidecar to Port Dover Friday the 13th, and we were partying pretty good. A good friend of mine, we'll call him Jess. Good friend of mine, Jesse, he showed up with a new girl in tow. And the first time they hung out, they were both a little nervous, so they were drinking quite a bit during the day. I hadn't really noticed how much Jess was drinking. Now, we were camped, nobody was riding, except around the campground. So, my buddy's new girlfriend said something about being hungry and that she'd like to go up and get a hamburger at the fast food stand. It's in the campground, so we're not on any roads. So they packed their stuff up and decided they're heading off. I yelled to him, being the nice guy I am, hey Jess, why don't you take the sidecar up? Bring me back a hamburger. He's like, oh yeah, dude, that's great, right on. So he hops on the bike and she hops in the hack. I went up and give him some advice. You know, watch out on right-handers. You take it too hard, it'll flip. It'll spin out on left-handers. He wasn't listening at all. I should have known. So they take off. 20 minutes goes by. Half an hour goes by. At about the 40-minute mark, I'm kind of starting to wonder where my hamburger and my Harley is. The campground's not that big. So, at about the 45-minute mark, Jess and his new date get back. Well, they park right in front of me, and I kind of see grass hanging out of the clutch lever, bit of grass hanging out of the shifter, and the bars look a little funny. So, of course, I knew what happened. The Jess, he crashed my bike. He looked at me with a stern face and a mouthful of hamburger. I said, no, Dave, no, I'd never do that. I said, dude, how did the grass get on the handlebar? He's like, I don't know, maybe it was there. I said, no, dude, it wasn't grass. I haven't even crashed it yet. I said, come on, you crashed my bike, didn't ya? Then the girlfriend pipes up, who had just come around the side of the sidecar. Yeah, that was an awesome crash. I catapulted across him. I said, gotcha, yeah, crashed it. He's like, yeah, some chick flashed her boobs to the right. So I cranked the wheel and hammered it. Fuck, it came over fast, man. All I saw was Sweetie going flipping over my head, and we're laying on our side. But I flipped it back over quick for you, Dave, so it didn't hurt it, I don't think. Right on, thanks, pal. So, the danger of the motor to sidecar, one is make sure it's hooked up right and you research it. Two, don't let people who've never driven a sidecar drive your sidecar rig, especially if they're loaded and they want to show off to a new date. Alright guys, I got a jet to work. That's it for my story. Crazy D out. Ending mileage 5641 2.3. Ending mileage 5641 2.3. I'm at work.